You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
It's the Patio PolitiCz.
Yeah.
Underneath the patio.
Yeah.
We here, man. Top of the
man.
morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be on that side of the globe, man.
All
You
that.
rocking with us, man. King Mac Millie, Kendon the Don, Trouble T Mills, your man J5TH. We up in this thing, man.
Up in it.
Look, we got a very controversial, deep.
I feel like you're gonna piss me off. I'm already triggered. I was triggered.
I didn't do it. We have a very thought-provoking show today, you guys. So please, man, make sure y'all tap in. Fellas, keep a listening ear. Ladies, listen with understanding. Listen with your heart and not your ears.
Man.
Listen and not rebuttal and respond, but listen
Oh,
to
boy.
get understanding, because we have to break this shit down, because
Yikes.
this new generation, these millennials, got me fucked up. Got us fucked up.
Oh boy.
Got our black men fucked up. So a female rapper put out a tweet. I'll let T take it from here so he can break it down. Just,
Okay, you ready? 'Cause
read the tweet
You
first.
want me to do it before we go? Okay.
We on the
please.
outside. We
You want
about
me-
to find
you want
out
me to
what's
read,
going on.
That shit was happening.
Do you want me to read the extended caption after we come back?
Nah, read the tweet, and then I'm going to just elaborate on the tweet. Then I'm going to tell you how you read the caption.
Okay. All right. Kash Doll said, and then in all capital letters, I had my
really?
Listen.
Kash Doll said, and then there's all capital letters, I had my kids for me. Hands up, be loud about it. I felt that with everything in me. Kash Doll said, I had my kids for me, and I felt that with everything in me.
So the person who, I guess, put the caption, or he's going to break down this caption, she said, I felt everything when Kash Doll said this about I had my kids for me. Now listen to this.
For me.
For me, I have my kids for me. I'm gonna just start there. Now get to the caption of what this young lady said.
When Kash Doll said, I had my kids for me, I felt her. She put that as an emoji.
Yeah.
People trying to be funny like she had them for a man, or that woman have kids to keep a man. And then she put another emoji. What y'all don't realize, these babies give us the love we was looking for in the man. Does that give us a good reason to have kids? Probably not. ... But I don't regret not one of my kids. I might have had them thinking I was gonna be with their fathers forever or out of love in the moment. But one thing's for sure, these kids are for me. Those are in capital letters. ... In every way, they keep me going. They keep me from giving up. They showed me what unconditional love is, coming from them and coming from me. Who knew what a blessing it would be to raise your own human beings? They helped me grow as a person, a woman, and a mom.
Fuck is
They
this, a
forced
book?
me to be better, to capital letters, do better, with a heart emoji. The moment I found out that I was pregnant with each one was the moment I felt a love that I had been craving. A man was never the reason. They may have been conceived for many reasons and in the hopes to have a complete family. But like Kash Doll said, I had these kids for me, and I'm going to stick beside them no matter who stay or go. 100 emoji.
So while y'all digest on that bullshit, we gonna go into the theme, and we'll be back to talk about that after this.
We hope you stay a while, cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like, yeah. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. I said it's right for life. Come in with the shows that you like. We tryna be the best on the mic. DJ playing cuts that you like, yeah. It could be the start of your day, or maybe just the end of your night. But if you rock it with us, Patio PolitiCz is gonna do you right. Oh, cause it's right for life. Tryna be part of your life, yeah. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. We hope you stay a while.
Viral,
Man,
going
It's been
around.
shared, man.
This shit is crazy.
We hope you stay a while, because if you don't, man, we're gonna put you with somebody like that woman that tweeted that. Your life, you're gonna be on child support, you're gonna be fucked up, ain't gonna never see your kids, you're gonna be crazy like me, man.
You're gonna be a black man.
Man, listen.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
All right, you know what? Let me preface this with
Sound like she hurt. Sound like that's somebody that's hurt, that's
Trauma.
scarred, that's fucked up.
Deep trauma. Generational. Beyond generations.
I'm about to pass that shit down to her kids.
Easily. Already did.
And how many you said retweets or likes?
oh, bro, it was in the
Thousands.
thousands, man.
That's man.
And think about how many people hear shit for the first time and adopt that as their own thought.
That part.
Because of so many people in agreement with the thought.
Like, I'm not wrong for feeling this.
Yeah.
What's strange is
We here
when
to call you out on that. You wrong for feeling that shit. If you agree.
You're wrong.
Hell yeah.
What's strange is when you see people like in your own network on your, whatever social media page it's posted on, and they're reposting it, and then you see them adding their little spill. Because you know how when you share a post and you add on top of stuff, and I'm like, dang, you really agree? Like, man,
I'm not surprised, brothers, because misery love company.
It does.
That's a product of that. Like, it's nothing right. I heard about the caption or the post.
Zero.
I was listening again. I read it. Then I'm listening, like, man, maybe it's something I can just
habitually
like
fucked up.
So let me preface this, because I want to hear what you got to say too. Now, when I first shared this I was sharing it because I was like, let me get a second opinion on this, because I feel like,
did I laugh? No, I was pissed.
Yeah, I knew he would be pissed.
Yeah, I was like,
because I was like, you know what? Okay, we're always being told as the brothers how we need to do better for the sisters, but I'm like, I don't even know. This is like the equivalent of if I was a doctor and you came in the ER and I'm like, yo, I don't even know how to fix this. Like, I don't even know how to approach this. Like, no, you're going to have to go pray on this. Because
it's so many ways to dissect it and unpack, and we are. Because it's poison.
It is poison.
It's poison, and Kay couldn't have said it better. It sounds like a woman that's scarring and hurt. And finding every excuse, like, first of all, even if we unpacked in a spiritual realm, you had kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not throwing stones at you like that, because I've had all my kids out of wedlock. So I'm not throwing stones at her because of that. You're not supposed to. And because of us doing that, that's why a lot of issues and problems surface when we're in the midst, after the kid, of attempting to work it out. Because we're supposed to go through that whole preliminary stage, the prerequisites, marriage counseling, different shit like that. Have a union, get married, and then have the children after, so we know who we having our kid with.
Yeah.
Ain't no child support, ain't that many issues, and we both know each other.
Yeah.
But that toxic shit she said,
It sounds like a defense mechanism.
yeah.
I'm familiar with defense mechanism. Like
Somebody been on her head.
You'll steal something from the store, and then you'll have to tell yourself something to make yourself feel better about
why you stole it.
Why
But
you
you
just did what you
needed
did. That's the defense
needed it.
mechanism, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm sure when she was laying down making them babies, everything was good, and probably the brother that she was having them
Always
with told her
is.
something else. And she had to make herself feel better about going through with this decision when that baby took 2 to make to begin with.
I just want to know,
Exactly.
like, how do we? Because it's one of them things where you keep hearing like, stop talking about us women and what we do what we want to do. But
Stop
I'm like,
giving us reasons to talk about.
But I'm like, okay, you had the kids for you, but what about the kids' lives?
Think for them.
Like,
Exactly.
like when I think about having a kid, I think about like it's about that kid.
Yeah.
This kid is not a Christmas present to me from Santa. It's not a pet
That's what
to
it
treat
sounds
like. A
like.
dog.
It sounds more like the kids are a crutch more than a blessing.
Yeah.
Or an excuse of why I fucked this dude and he not with me no more.
Or
So
what?
let me look at this positive that came out of that. Like, nah, because now your children are gonna be a product of their environment. You're still toxic. Dude ain't in your life apparently. And now look, now you're raising more kids to grow up to be just like you.
Well, those kids are gonna grow up and recognize at some point that something ain't right. And if they ever do make it to a therapist chair and unpack this stuff, it builds even more resentment, because then you look back, like I've even asked I think I've asked on another show before too, like, do you ever think that your kids will grow up and be like resentful, like, you know what, even though you guys had problems, I would have liked to have mom and dad, or I would have liked to have you know, and the rebuttal in our community is typically, well, I raised you and I clothed you and I fed you, and it's like, yeah, but my life is not supposed to be for you.
I think that resentment will come when that child is around other people who got both their parents.
I see that
spending the night over there, or being able to see that dynamic. Then that resentment will come. But if all their partners got coming up in single homes too, it's gonna be the norm. That's the thing. You know, it's fucking sad because just all them 1,000 likes. That's 1,000 other women that had the same ideology and thought process.
Well, it's more than 1,000, but yeah.
Yeah, well, shit. 1,000 is a lot. Shit, 1,000 times 2 babies. Do the number with that.
Fucking 1,000 words.
Hey, let me. What if for the woman out there who's maybe don't believe in abortions?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And she fucked around with a clown, man. And he got her knocked up.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's her narrative?
Cause then you still not having that kid for you.
Yeah.
I mean, right. I'm just saying, like, what if that's her narrative, like coming from?
She gotta really not believe, Kay, because there's some women they'll say, "Oh, I don't believe in abortions," but when they get a nigga they really like, or brother they really,
for sure.
now all of a sudden that belief,
Yeah, it'll disappear because I can talk you out and talk you into whatever.
yeah, exactly.
I know some coaches out there,
But
who don't
K,
play that shit.
but K, it's in capital letters. It's in the quotation marks. The first time I had my kids for me. The second time, all capitals. These kids are for me.
All of these emojis. Like,
Words carry energy. These are for me.
But then that opens the door to say, so was you attempting to trap this black man?
She said, "These human beings. These are my human beings."
They for you now.
Yeah, right.
And then I would love to see what her parenting game look like. So how are you going to educate these babies? Are you going to teach them to not be statistics like you, or you? What's that look like?
Since they're for you.
Game? Yeah, if they're for you. Are you going to parenting classes? You ain't talking about Lamaze classes. You ain't talking about nothing healthy. But just it's the whole caption is about her.
The Kash Doll tweet or post, whatever, propaganda. We all know there's good and there's bad from the people that y'all follow and look up to or whatever, and all these other things of that nature. And you got to decipher what to take from. But the repost and this long ass paragraph, short story, short film of just berating men subliminally, nonstop.
Well, here's my other thing too, because these will often be the same ones complaining about men, you know, in their quote unquote dating network that they
You know better, you choose.
But here's my thing.
But a lot don't know better.
They don't want to know better.
They don't, because of shit. She don't want to know better.
They feel like they know better.
But that's the point I'm making. I'm like, I always try to look at this stuff. I always look at this stuff from, let's play devil's advocate. Let's grant that if I'm a guy that comes into your life and I see this is how you think, and I actually thought I was getting to know you or like who you were before I knew all this, what the hell am I supposed to do with that?
Well, if she really fuck with you and really own you, she's gonna be open to changing because she don't want to lose you.
If she have more kids, she's having them for her.
But that's what I'm saying. You may get in her life and change her perspective.
5. We are too grown for this now, man. I mean,
man, you'll be surprised, man. There's women in their 40s and 50s and 60s that still don't get it. That think just like that, who had their kid. You got grandmothers who think like that.
They do. You know but what are you attempting to build with them at that point?
Hey, man. Okay.
What can be built?
This goes back to what Kay was asking. What if it's a woman who don't believe in abortions? She done messed around with 3 dudes, had 3 different baby daddies, or whatever the case may be. She may not know her way. She may have came out of a foster home. She may not have that teaching.
Okay.
So I feel it when it's situations like that, that's when a tribe got to come through. You got brothers like us that'll be there for those type of women. I may not marry you or be with you, but I can help you raise your kids. I can teach your kid how to mow the lawn. I can teach them how to box, how to play sports, et cetera, and I can show you ways and give you the tools to becoming a greater woman.
Well, fair enough.
If you're open for that.
I thought you were talking about. I thought we were on the.
And I feel women don't. Our sisters really don't have that.
Right.
You mean dudes to like come in and kind of play
a role, like a village, like a village,
like a tribe. Yeah, they don't have that.
Dudes in the village.
I don't think they really want it though. I think they do. They perceive that they want it. But they really don't.
I think
because it comes with too much structure that's different from their line of thinking.
Some people don't know how to welcome a village. Like they ideally have that, but they'll be standoffish when people do try to come in and
because of their trauma too.
But it's one of those things too where like Eric Thomas had a quote where he talked about how when he helps people, a lot of times he recognizes that a lot of people don't really want something; they just like the idea of it. So, it's to sound politically correct. It's the same in saying you want all these things, but you don't realize these things are going to require change from you.
Exactly,
they're going to require certain things from you,
especially bringing a life in this world.
Man, and that part we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna unpack and expand on those.
I can't
issues.
believe this.
Yeah, please do. Please believe it. Hey, don't go nowhere. It's the Patio PolitiCz. We'll be back in a tick, man. You already know what it is. Yes, sir.
Pulling out.
You trust me? Come here. I want to help you ease your anxiety if you allow me to. I think it's magical how kisses slow down time. I can make your spirit move at the pace of the earth when your lips meet mine. Life is so much better when you slow down. We're so in a rush just to go nowhere when the best place to be is right here.
You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
Man, we back. I hope we didn't piss a lot of you women off and y'all done ran off. Don't go. We're going to talk about accountability.
There's 3 more tweets out there just like this now.
Shit. Oh, man, 3,000 more.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's way higher.
But like you said, a lot of people don't know the power in music, and these women that are on the forefront, who I believe are plants in the industry, to fuck up our nation and our culture of people. Yeah. They're putting out this narrative, and these young ladies are looking up to them, aspiring to be. Oh, they eating it up. Eating it up. Yeah, and it's fucked up because, man, it's what I call reverse genocide. It's like you're not physically killing a nation of people, but you mentally and spiritually killing a nation.
That's the worst death.
It's called menticide.
That's the worst death.
It's called menticide. Shout out Mr. Hayes.
Yeah. And that's exactly what's going on with that type of post.
I don't even want to look at that no more.
So you shouldn't even be like, I know you was mentioning a lot of, like, a few people that you knew and or whatever, women wise, liked it, man. You'll be surprised, man. You'll be surprised the women that had those type of sentiments, and those are the type of women you got to stay away from, man, because they toxic.
You want to know what hurts?
I saw chicks that I knew that actually have a dude like in their life, supposedly doing well or engaged or anything, that would repost that. And so I'm like putting myself in his shoes. I'm like, dang, if I was a dude of a girl who would repost something like that, what the hell are you supposed to do with that?
Exactly.
The thing that hurts the most is that our sisters want to actively, I don't even know if they're actively even looking for a solution, but in a sense of searching for that man, that idealistic man that they have in their mind, they're constantly tearing us down in that search, wondering where the hell we are. And that's what hurts the most, because it's just like, if you're really looking for us, then why? Why this?
I'll add some context to that too. Have you guys ever seen on social media at times when there'll be posts like that? Now, they have an issue with, dudes talking about them, but they will say, like you said, the most egregious shit, tearing us down. If you respond to it, they'll always say something to the extent of, well, if it don't apply to you, then just let it fly. And I'm like, well, if we did that in reverse, do you know how many cats would be coming for y'all next
See, this is why
every single day.
This is why I stay off social media, because
Man.
it's a shit show. And it's like people who didn't have voices or wasn't popular in high school and middle school,
think they
introverts, now they coming out the woodworks because
they can hide behind a screen.
Yeah, because they getting 100 likes. And it's like, man, if your life is predicated on likes, I don't want to fuck with you, because that shit is an addiction for people.
Yeah.
She was looking for validation and she got it. But no matter how valid you feel that shit that made you, you're still not gonna get the man of your dreams.
Come on.
Well, so and then even exactly what you said there. My thing was, okay, let's say, because you said a lot of our sisters don't have the village or the men in the village in those positions. I agree, and we could do that more as black men as well too. But what the hell makes me want to come around and help you when I see that all you do is talk shit about dudes, and a lot of the times it's like, well, if it doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it, or you shouldn't be taking offense to it. And I'm like, yeah.
So again, you got a lot of ignorant women, man, who are
no accountability,
but they don't know there's other ways to see things outside of their spectrum. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of women, like it was female friends I had. They get out of breakups and post, man, the next thing I get do bop bop bop, and I had to DM them like, hey, sweetheart, don't do that. I said, you giving a snake or a wolf like me the blueprint to come right
up
in
and do the same damn thing
and get you. I can have you hoeing on the street.
And
like,
they look for the types like you doing that.
Yeah, but they say thank you, Jay. I appreciate that, and they'll either delete the post and they won't post it again. Mm-hmm. And I say, man, if you open for a conversation or you need to vent, just hit me up. It can be private, whatever, or give me a phone call, but don't put your business out there. A lot of our sisters don't have a man to really guide them in that direction and tell them that.
They always think they come with ulterior motives and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like, shit, I ain't trying to hit, I ain't trying to fuck, but I want to see my sisters making and thrive. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be there for you in a capacity without it, and it could be platonic. A lot of sisters don't believe in that. So they post that type of stuff. You giving an enemy ammunition to defeat you with that type of shit. Man. That's like that. Come on, man. And then she opening Pandora's box to have more kids, fatherless kids.
Well, the right snake is gonna see that and be like,
oh yeah,
I got her.
Hell yeah.
I be thinking about, like, a lot of times people get into the situations without even knowing it. Like, you ever hear about brother get his sister knocked up, and now they trying to figure out exactly like what to do next. And he's like, well, I want a baby. Sister like, well, I always wanted a baby. Like, I'm ready for a baby. And then brother be like, well, man, I ain't ready for a baby because of X, Y, and Z. And sister end up still having a baby. Like, well, I decided I'm still gonna have a baby, and we're gonna be here with or without you.
See?
And I hear about that. So my partner just told me he found out he had a baby.
Yeah.
And found out, he told the girl that some years ago, but found out he got a son in this world that he don't. And he's saying, like, I would have been a part of the life, like, he, back in his younger days, not upping him, but back in his younger days, he wasn't on that. And then he said, like, I'll be a part of the baby life. If I would have known you would have kept it. But, like, man, like, think about people going to that situation just off of sex already. They already know that they in their mind, they ready for that.
Man, and that's why, Rod, is they say, man, the courting and dating is so important to know a person.
Doing it right.
And a lot of times, I'm going to take accountability. I was in two situations with two of my kids where it was like, well, if you don't want it, I'm going to still have it, and we going to be good. How's it a we so you just eliminate me? Like, it took two of us to make it. Now you talking about eliminate me out the picture?
You can't eliminate me. You're bringing me into the world.
Exactly. It takes a partnership to make a child, and it takes a partnership to raise a child.
They don't see it that way, though.
Nah, but
they don't.
But that's why
they be stuck in their ways.
That's why we cursed. Because we hard-headed, we don't want to listen.
Stuck in their ways. I've come across too many women that's just like, I'm independent, this, that, and the other, and this is how I've been operating, and this is how it's gonna be. Get with the program. And it's just like, no, your program don't work for what you looking for.
Man, and that's only one side.
Yeah,
like, that's only one. You're not thinking for the betterment of everybody. You're just thinking for yourself.
For yourself, because that's how it's always been. And
kids gonna be grown one day, and then they're gonna be missing out on something.
So much.
And what you gonna tell them then? You had them for you. Now they gotta live.
You gotta have you some
life for you now.
You gotta have some kids for you, baby.
Yeah, nah.
I'm about to shoot this motherfucker up next time. I'm having the kids for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I dated someone too who I felt like, mom was that way too, and I felt like it was cold because I'm like, dang, now her life has to depend, or you depend on her and her life, and she don't get to live her life entirely because you had her for you, and now you need to depend on her because you can no longer do as much for you. And I'm like, that's how you get them kids grow up more resentful. Drives the idea of people not wanting families.
Exactly.
Hey, and people be talking about the responsibility, like a lot of artists aren't responsible or aren't role models and whatnot.
Yeah.
Even if you don't take the title, man, you out here teaching
you
so many
already
people.
that.
So
Yeah.
many
Already
people.
that.
You're a poster. You're a walking poster.
You're an influencer, whether you want to be that or not. Whether you go out in public, post or not.
You advertise.
Exactly. You're an influencer, and you're influencing people. Even if it's one person, you're influencing it. Look at the gang culture, what NWA did. They may not want it to be role models, but look at the whole culture and generation of young men they influence.
For sure.
East Coast to West, worldwide. That was on some fuck the police shit, gangbang, selling drugs to your own
It
homie.
did to our women too. The
Yeah.
first time that you saw openly like black women disrespected that way.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
I want
Exactly.
to ask you guys too, not to go off on a tangent or anything, but just to relate to what we're talking about. One thing that I've even been studying as of lately, when I see not just stuff like this, but how like the culture is moving and whatnot, people have a misperception of power,
Yeah.
and everybody craves power because of what they fantasize it to be versus what it is. So when I say that, I mean in the sense of like,
False sense of control.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They don't even know what to do with
or
it.
when I'll hear women like this that says what she says, talk about, well, men are controlling and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, y'all perceive power to be control, but you don't recognize that like real power ain't nothing but responsibility.
They don't
And so,
understand
and
that.
so like it's like wanting to be the leader of a team, wanting to be the director, wanting to be the quarterback, the coach, and it's like, oh, he gets everything, man. Why does he get to be controlling and in power? It's like, well, if you knew everything that came with that job, and because my thing is this, you say you have these kids for you, that's a sense of power, but that's responsibility.
Where's your balance?
That's not you enjoying a Christmas present. Ooh, these kids, I want to dress
They're
them
not,
up.
but they're not taught responsibility because they were raised by a toxic ass mom who was raised by a toxic ass grandma. This shit has been going on for decades. Man. You talking about
Hey, and
50, 60 years.
I'm gonna add to that. You say power is responsibility and ability.
Come on, man.
Because people, they don't have the ability because just exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like they wasn't taught that.
They
It's
wasn't
man.
taught. They wasn't taught. And then if you got really the county raising you, come on, man. That sound like
That's the
that
point
sound like
I'm making.
somebody on the county, man.
And
who-
finances is one thing.
You're not
But-
even being responsible.
But they perceive the power in that as, well, at least I got that crusty ass nigga out of my way.
No,
Your
it's because they
perception
want
is
control, they want power, and they want to abuse it. And they want to be able to make decisions and say, this is how it's going to work because I say it's this way. And when a man asks questions, I don't have to tell you nothing because
You
I
ain't
really
no
don't,
man.
I don't really have the answer. No, I don't really have the answer. So shut up and stop talking to me.
Exactly.
I seen this video.
But from the outside, it's like, well, I'm in last place, but so the fuck what? You can't tell me. I got my own, but I'm gonna still stay in last place, and you can't tell me nothing about it.
Yeah, and those
know.
those are the ones who need to be left to the wayside by their fucking self.
That's why I said before, I was like, if I'm a doctor in the ER and I see this as a problem, I'm like, I don't know how to fix this.
Yeah.
Sodom and Gomorrah, baby.
Yeah, that part. We're going to take a break,
Bring
though.
the fireballs.
Man.
Hold that K.
Hold that, K.
Yeah. We'll be back in the tick on the Patio PolitiCz. Don't go nowhere,
My
especially y'all
skin
ladies.
Man.
Let's move forward, baby, me and you. Let's level up and symbolize our love. Now that we're dealing with some substance, we can go the distance. Love in abundance, we got this. Can't nobody touch this. To the altar for the soul kiss, pronouncing us as a union. Level up evolution, for eternity, no confusion. Cause our love is sacred.
I ain't ringing the bell. No
You
more.
are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
I'm a rock though.
Man, we back. Shout out to all the sponsors. Man, we here though. We hope y'all are being entertained, more so enlightening than entertained.
Man.
You know, what's
Open-minded.
entertaining? Open-minded, please, man. And what was entertaining is that damn post. We still
No,
on it
it
though.
wasn't.
It was
Not
entertaining.
my top end.
You guys should share your thoughts in the comments too. Let
Yeah,
us know if
please.
there's something you saw that we didn't see.
Please.
I seen a video of a dude. He was sitting down with his son. He was asking his son the reasons why he want mommy and the reasons why he would want daddy.
Yeah.
And right.
Yeah.
A majority of the reasons that a child would raise his hand were like, I want mommy. And this time, usually it was in times of comfort.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like, I want mommy times of comfort, but then I say when he dealing with a challenging thing.
Got a problem.
Yeah, you got a
I'm gonna go to
problem.
dad.
Like, I need to come up with a solution. I need to help things.
Yeah.
He will go to dad. That's naturally, this child is he's not even adolescent yet. And this child is genuinely speaking the truth in its own language about why you would want mom and dad. That just shows the balance in its most purest form of why both parents need to be there.
Yeah, one can't work without the other.
Man, we need each other, man. Exactly. And that's like this narrative right here is promoting the bullshit that one parent, one parent can get the job done, yes, but it's not always enough for the betterment of that child's life.
The job isn't done, man.
Especially if it's about the child. What kills me?
That post ain't about the child.
Nah, it's selfishness because it's about me. I had y'all for me, so I brought y'all in a toxic ass situation, toxic ass society. Me still learning how to navigate through my bullshit because of me. I had y'all because of me. It's selfishness. It's selfishness, and the women that like that. That's why I say you got to stay away from women like that because they selfish as fuck too. You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's what it is. Now it's to the point where these women can't even hide their true colors. Same with men too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It be the red flags. You see
Red
them at the
flag,
beginning.
man.
Come on.
Man.
I mean, it's one of those things that I'll say. That's why on many other shows we've spoken on self-awareness. There's no self-awareness. It's to the point where it's bad when somebody's doing wrong. It's bad when somebody is doing so incredibly wrong and they can't even be told anything about themselves.
Yeah.
They don't even realize they're doing it, and it's like even many of their own kind will still tell them, and there's like, nah, I'm.
Where's your accountability?
They don't believe it. That word does not exist.
They get disgusted by that word, bro.
That's crazy.
It's like calling out a demon's name in a horror movie.
Nothing could ever be your fault. Like, what the fuck type shit is that? And I speak from experience because there was a portion of my life where I lived through where nothing was my fault. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, come on, like
but that's the growth that you don't want to experience.
How do you not? How do you
operating with ego?
Yep.
They don't want their ego to die.
Well, it's a thing like it ties back to their childhood, y'all. If they not listening to their mom and they like, mom
ain't talking.
Nigga, my dad wasn't in my life. What gives you the audacity to come into my life and try to change who the fuck I am? They had that mentality. So at that point, sometimes you gotta give them daddy energy, and they know what that looks like. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, either one or two things is gonna take place after that.
Yeah. They're gonna spawn one or two ways.
In a positive light, lady, not like Turner. Message. But sometimes you gotta give them that.
Check it or respect it.
Yeah, that part.
One of the two.
And what I mean, just to clarify, ladies,
verbally check
about just holding them accountable. And like, look, man, this is what it is and this is what it ain't. Either take, love it or leave it. What it's gonna be, or I'm gone. That shit sound good on.
You can't tell them the I'm gone part because that's gonna throw it all off and they're gonna be right back in that bag and ready to just
that comes from
I don't need no nigga anyway.
Yeah.
That comes from the abandonment issues though. The part you're talking about, Mac, because I think speaking to what you're saying, they have to answer to something. I feel like people have to answer to something. At least even for me in my personal life, I don't even surround myself with friends, let alone anybody I date that can't answer to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and that in itself is accountability. Like, you don't even have to ask somebody if they ever take accountability. Like, if you see in their life they don't answer to nobody, that's a problem.
Yeah,
but they're gonna answer to somebody if it's only a gain and benefit to them.
But that's a problem.
Yeah, exactly, because they are the problem.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then there too, they're like, even okay, let me get on the fellas. They're not gonna listen to nobody or give dominion to someone who's not a good leader or whatever.
Yeah, but they don't recognize what.
Yeah, but I don't even think they know what leadership is, man.
They only listening to the men that got money.
Nah, they pay attention just as much. Then that's your pimp. That's all that is.
But Jay,
that's a pimp.
But Jay, okay, riddle me this then, because
that's daddy shit too.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
When I hear virtually, I don't want to say all, but the general population of our sisters complain about black men lacking in leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them ain't necessarily describing leaders, because if they really wanted, I was gonna say, if they really got what they were asking for, some of them might want to be careful what they wishing for, because leadership ain't about making you happy all the time. Mm-hmm. Leadership is about what's best for you, and a lot of times that's not in the form of what you gonna like. And a lot of times they're not describing leadership, they're describing this fantasy version of a person they built in their mind,
Yeah, but man,
will immediately becoming massively just a combat.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
One of the biggest things I hear, y'all not doing everything y'all supposed to do, so we not doing everything we supposed to do.
Yeah, see,
type
that's finger pointing.
Yeah,
and see,
or creating rules for other people that you don't follow.
Like fellas, those are the women I'm telling y'all, man, you gotta stay away from, because it's gonna be an ongoing. Y'all playing ping pong at this point, and she ain't gonna give up. You ain't gonna give up. The only way it's gonna be resolution is who gonna put the ping pong down first. And say, I'm done. I'm walking away.
Sometimes there is no resolution after that walk away. It's just a walk away. Like, you know what?
No, it is. It is.
I just said sometimes.
Nah, the resolution is you just dodged the biggest bullet of your fucking life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that ping pong, it turns from just me and her. Now it's the kid, and now the kid to ping pong.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What would we say to the brothers who dealing with sisters out there who perhaps are attempting to be great mothers, but they don't come from great parents?
Great stock.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she could be a good woman, and she probably, like, you know, kind of like straddling the fence and looking at life like that. But we know her story, you know, and she want to do good, but she just ain't had that you know,
the proper water.
I think
to
want to do good though would show in like how you move.
Yeah.
No, that's he said though. He said she wants to do good.
Okay,
but like but she's still not acting accordingly to what she wants to do.
How would you maneuver with that?
Is she acting according still?
Like she doing the best she can.
Yeah.
But you know her backstory. And you know she don't come from.
Man, and if you're a partner, then it's your job to help guide her to being the woman God has called her to be. That's it. That's it. Like it's just that simple. That's why, like, all these conversations are pivotal, man, at the beginning stages. So you know who you get ready to plant your seed in, who you soul tying with, and who can possibly be your co-parent. I like to often tell people, before you put your seed in everybody, man, look at the stock your mate is coming from.
Man.
Look at the grandma, the grandfather. See how your girl relationship is with her dad. Women, y'all need to look at the relationship the man has with his mother, his grandmother, his sister.
Outside of that relationship, they need to be able to explain the relationships that you're seeing.
Yeah.
Because a woman could come to me and just be like, what's your relationship with your dad or whatever? I see how y'all operate. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
You got to be able to explain it to them. And it's up to them whether they're going to accept it or whether they're going to understand it or not. Because it's like, I'm a stand-up dude. You would have thought that I had both of my parents. Nah, but I can explain it to you, break it down or whatever, and you'll be like, oh. Now, if I just told you immediately, fuck my dad, fuck my mom, and don't give no backstory, you immediately just going to be like, yeah, I don't know if I want to fuck with him.
Yeah. But that she needs to inquire.
Yeah.
You got to have a woman who wants to get to know the depths of your soul and who you come from, why this and that, and she's gonna have a greater understanding. But in that same capacity too, if she's a reflection of you, she's gonna help guide you to building that relationship with your parents.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But still respect your space.
And understanding the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But still helping you to.
Where is she?
She coming, brother. She coming.
Like,
she coming, brother.
She does not exist. Like, all of these attributes seem so very simplistic to come about. But women complicate it so damn much for whatever reason.
It ain't all women, Ryder.
Sometimes they those attributes be in the women that we find challenging sometimes.
Yeah. Ryder, Truck, man, they're out there. They're out there. A plethora of who don't post, who don't like shit like that, who laugh at shit like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I would just love to just be in a room full of them, just sitting in the back. They don't even see me there. I just want to hear them all respond and cat talk and all that shit and just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's more simplistic, too, when you find one that isn't about all that, too, because you don't... Like how, you know, they say the devil is the author of confusion. If you coming across a chick, there's a whole lot of confusion involved in trying to figure her out, then it's probably a flag right then and there. Yeah.
Let it go.
You know, because also too, I can say too from an experience in college of a chick that I dated, where she was nice and wholesome herself, but I didn't pay attention to the fact that her friends were all thoughts, and like really on the extreme end, and it didn't even make sense how they even hung together. And so I think the lesson there that we could all take from as well too is like even just looking at the influences, because you could say mom and dad and whatnot, but what are the other influences that influence that person's value system? Obviously you hang around these people because something y'all value doing together
And I too feel, man. They say opposites attract. I feel like, man, you are what you attract.
Yeah.
So if you finding a woman all over the place, then
maybe you all over the place.
Maybe you all over the place.
Because like-mindedness is what it needs to be.
Exactly. Or how you saying her friends, her circle was wild and to the extreme. You gotta look at your circle of friends too and say, damn, do I hang around 10 niggas that's like her friends too? You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think it's tied to, before we go into a break and do the last segment, I think it's tied down to, man, women just need to be loved. Our sisters need to be loved. Don't get it twisted though, women. We have to be loved too though.
Accept the love.
Enabling bad
love,
behavior.
Return the love.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
We need each other at the end of the day.
we do.
Like, come together.
Because the loving get hard on both ends.
On both ends.
Man, it be times where we be feeling unloved, like fuck it. But then be times where we remember the love that make us want to make it better.
Exactly.
And this is a topic for a whole nother show, but we be feeling unloved the most in a relationship.
I was gonna say,
but then they'll combat that like they've been doing for
like
50
we ain't
years.
men and all this.
Saying that, oh nah, we need love first. You love us first, and it's always that it's a tit for tat shit.
Yeah.
Instead of, man, let's just meet each other at the finish line.
Yeah.
And make it happen then.
But see, that's where honor comes in. That I've said many times, our community lacks honor. Honor is when you honor something, it doesn't matter, who jumps first or whatnot, and that's the problem there. I think I'll expand on that when we come back.
Yeah. All right, y'all, don't go nowhere. We'll be back in the tick on the Patio PolitiCz.
I might leave.
They know my status, these niggas know I'm really the baddest. I want my cabbage, so run it or I'm coming after it. I bruise and batter, the shit I kick ain't got no manners. The shit I capture, it's hard to nail, so bring my hammer. Turned up, nigga, better earn up, nigga. I'ma get in this here, don't get your world burned, nigga. The block, how we burn foes to the ashes. A lot of these G's is walking around here ratchet, nigga, it's tragic. How you a banger but a faggot, barbecue plastic. We mortified by your ass. I'm sipping 40s to tea, you sit while you eat, but you try that.
A culmination of powerful properties that create balance and produce good energy. Cultivating a culture of mindfulness is a daily battle. We target your inner me. Physiological effects, change you can truly feel. Aesthetically pleasing on the surface, but handmade to help you heal.
Man, that's that song from the commercial. The whole time I'm listening to it.
You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
I want to expand on something that K.E. asked the question, because I know a lot of women want to hear that question. Like, so if we're looking for that type of village, where do we go or how do we find it and everything? You ladies, this is a village. There's other villages too. Your discernment game just got to be right, because some villages you're going to have dudes attempting to, that ain't the right village for you. You really got to check a dude's spirit and his heart before listening to any leadership or following him any way he go, because
they got to check their spirit. They got to check their own heart.
Well, no, I'm talking about
before that.
Yeah, but I'm saying some women just don't get it, man. It's a lot of naive women. I'm telling you, there's a lot of naive women out there. And then there's a lot of guys that's doing this shit, podcasting, saying the right thing, looking good. And they lure them into their coils. And once you're in a vulture's or snake's coils, he bites you with that venom.
Squeeze you.
Now you posting like her. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, she got to
killing credibility across the board for the rest of us.
Let me ask you guys something too on that, because I have had that question even asked before by someone, and what I've always thought is that not just building a village of maybe a single dude here and there, but like when you check out a dude, and I'm not even talking about a guy that you are dating, but if he's just your friend, what are the other guys that he's around like? So who's holding him accountable? Because I've noticed, at least on our end, dudes a lot of times will hold other dudes accountable, despite the fact they say we don't. Yeah. You'll see even a dude who is, he could be humping everything, but if he got a friend who he know got a good woman, he'd be like, hold up. Nah, you can't be like me. You got a good one. You go take care of her. Yeah. Or, does he have other guys around him that'll check him if he steps out of line with you.
Yeah, you gotta know the cats in your circle.
You know what I find a problem with that be sometimes too. Yes, you are right, King brother. One thing I find a problem with that is that a lot of us brothers don't share how it is behind closed doors.
Yeah, that part.
Like we'll share about the gloom, you know, the good parts, but the gloomy parts we're they probably don't come out in conversation.
Yeah.
You probably hear brother like, damn bro, like shit, I'm here, you putting hands on your woman or something like that, but you know, like he don't tell you that side of the story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying it'd be hard to hold somebody accountable when they only giving you one side. For the ladies too.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's just your affiliation, man. If you're around a bunch of knuckleheads, like if I'm not gonna put myself in a circle, if I'm a whoremonger and hitting all these chicks, and that's my go-to. I'm addicted to that type of lifestyle. I ain't gonna hang with 4 or 5 married men,
right?
Because they just don't do the same. We don't have nothing. And
my guy said a whoremonger.
Yeah, we ain't compatible. We ain't compatible, and I don't want them to hold me accountable. For the shit that I'm doing. And then say if all 4 of y'all straight arrow Gennaro and you got that one dude who he may be dealing with some trauma shit that y'all don't know about. And that goes for a conversation, not an intervention where y'all all ganging up on him and saying, hey bro, why you having sex with all these girls? And not that type of approach, but just a one-on-one of finding out, hey man, like, so why do you be hitting all these chicks anyway? Just in casual conversation.
I think that tends to sort itself out all the time too, because I've noticed that the dudes who be doing that be the ones who love the hardest, or when they get a girl, all of a sudden they can't see nothing else.
Sometimes us men can't help it though. That shit it may be addiction, or it may be something that happened traumatically as a child. Yeah, you get like a lot of men don't know abuse. Sexual abuse, molestation, that plays in promiscuity in a lot of men too. A lot of young men don't know that. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, I grew up, I was always getting humped by a lot of little girls. I mean, older girls, that stayed in my apartment. And I thought it was just on some friendship shit. 6, 7, they like, oh, come over here and play games with me. Come dance with me. They humping me like a motherfucker. They passing me. Sisters, cousins, here. But that birthed my promiscuity as far as whoremongering, wanting to be with different women type shit.
Playing house all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always the daddy. I'm never the kid.
But if you don't know that your homeboy has experienced that, you can't cast and throw no stone at him because he may have a lot of trauma shit going on. Or not even the molestation side. Let's take it to where he may see his mom ain't shit, messing with different niggas to where he just have trust issues. He ain't gonna go to no relationship if he didn't fix that with his mom, being honorable or faithful to no woman.
Trusting her.
Yeah, hell no, he ain't gonna trust her. Yeah. Trust, he gonna be like, trust.
She could be the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Man, one thing, like I can definitely be on the other side, like knowing brothers have deal with certain things and still holding myself accountable to be a light in their life. Because sometimes they may not have nobody around to hear that.
Man, real talk.
Like as brothers, always hold your brother accountable and don't feel like you can't. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
How you say it.
And ladies, do the same for your sisters, man.
Same
real, not none of that catty petty shit, girl. You don't need him and all that other shit. Like, come on.
I know she need the reassurance sometimes because you want to emotionally make her feel okay, do that. Afterwards, get on her ass.
Reassure different.
Because man, I didn't heard a story from a ex-female of mine. Man, she had a friend. Ended up was in a relationship. The dude ended up doing something. They got into an argument. They went to a club. She had a one-night stand. Cheated on her dude. Caught AIDS. 6 months. And then couldn't even find a dude that gave that shit to her.
Brought it back home.
Brought it back home. Yeah.
You killed us both.
Killed us both. You get what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
And then it's like, them two ain't even friends no more. So it's like the same friend that talked you into sinning, then that's the devil shit.
Yeah. The devil done got in and got out.
The devil got like a robbery.
And he executed his master plan because now all your blame goes towards the men.
Oh no, it went to the dude.
He's like, I got one more.
If we didn't get into that argument, I wouldn't have went out.
But then it's all, niggas ain't shit when it's your friend told you.
When will it ever be your fault?
It's not. It's not.
Fuck that.
I think too. I want to speak to that as well too. What I've constantly heard too is they're like, you're supposed to be men and leaders. You're not supposed to match women's energy. But my whole thing is this: like, at what point do you be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just start with me. If every one person just does that.
Nobody wants to start with them. That's the hardest thing.
That's not true.
But the thing is,
I hear
meaning like, in other words, be the bigger person. You're saying?
being the bigger person, meaning like if I'm a woman, I'm around a bunch of other women that are saying niggas ain't shit. Let me just remove myself from that.
Yeah.
You know what? I might still have issues with dudes, but let me stop.
Why remove? Become the first one in that circle to be like, no, sisters.
Law of association, brother.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Law of association, bro.
Wait a minute.
That's like me and the Rose coming up in this weeds just talking.
Okay, you said I got me one. Then now she's gonna be envied by everybody else in the group.
No, because it's a few more in that circle that has one too, but they're just going with the fucking propaganda of what's going on.
They
and too afraid to stand up against
they're not gonna like
crabs in a barrel, man. They're not gonna like it. They gonna call her.
Somebody got to be the Ripple.
They gonna call her a Pygmisha on steroids.
I feel if you gonna be the Ripple, rip your ass out that circle. Rip your ass out that circle.
I'm leaving something before I leave. Fuck that.
And then that's the thing, Rada's the happiest women ain't got no large circle.
Yeah.
Same thing with the happiest men, man. I don't have no large circle, man. They don't want everybody up in their business, this and that.
But they selective with it. They ain't putting all their business out. Like
exactly.
I just had a woman ask me a couple of days ago, like, where are your friends at? Like every time I see you at the building I stay in, every time I see you look like you either coming to work, going to work, or I don't really see you around. Where your friends at? I ain't got friends. I mean, there are people that I know. I know a lot of people.
That's funny.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, and a lot of people know me, but I deal with who I need to deal with when I need to deal with them. Other than that, my circle is no bigger than my fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are part of my circle. It's not too many people that I talk to on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a whole crowd of people. What we were talking about earlier for a different episode. You know what I'm saying? The transition from I need to be everything to I know exactly what I am, and whoever gravitate towards that, they gonna gravitate towards that.
And remember what we also said on that episode too, where I was saying people don't go and actually intentionally choose who they need to be around to affect that association. You
don't think so?
No. So the example I gave on that other show was that for me, I recognized that I had certain goals I wanted to accomplish that I hadn't accomplished in so many years, and I was like, why haven't I gotten any closer? So I was like, the next step I'm gonna make sure that I get a person in my network, like how I physically ask now people to mentor me, like ask them to. I'm like, if I'm not good with money, let me find a person who is good with finance, who has some good investments. Just by knowing them, things will eventually rub off. If I am in this position and I actually seek. Maybe I just go and seek to befriend some married women that's lives look completely different than mine. Yeah. Just by being around them, you will see that your patterns go in two different directions. And I'm like, well, what is she doing?
But that's not gonna happen because she's lazy. That girl is lazy.
She tapped out.
But that's the point I'm making in the sense of you can't just keep putting it off on the brothers and saying, well, if you guys just do better, because it's like your mind has to be tuned.
They can't, but they will.
You know what? So I just want to highlight something that you brought up within that. Like, what is changing? Like being around somebody new, changing your association. What is changing that's making you change?
Yeah,
it shouldn't even be about the change. It should be about how you adapt to the scenario or situation.
And I was about to
adaptation can, but you can adapt to toxicity with more toxicity.
You definitely can.
Yeah, you can. You can.
You when you say what's making you change?
Yeah, like I'm only saying that to say because being around a mentor, the reason why he's probably, example, financially more stable in this area is because the way that he look at finance.
Something
right.
Clear.
You know that, and then you'll get around people who probably been in relationships and who are married. And you're like, damn, what are you doing? I'm married too, and what's making you make this person this and that? And you'll find out it's the way that they probably approach the love. They're probably doing the same exact thing that you're doing. But it's the way that they approach it, or the way that they're thinking about it. It's the small areas that add to the greater big areas.
Yeah, that part.
But that point also ties into. I wanted to go back to what you originally said, what you said it comes from the moms and the grandmoms. So in that aspect, they're seeking what feels good. Oh well, she says niggas ain't shit too. Cool, so I'm in the right space because I feel like niggas ain't shit. Yeah. So we all just gonna be on this niggas ain't shit train.
Yeah.
But for me, when I talk about reaching out to those mentors, I'm like, okay, you know what? I thought I was doing good with my finances, and I thought I would be here. But I'm like, you know what? As much as I think I got it together, let me humble myself and recognize I don't fucking got it together. Yeah. So let me go to this guy and be like, let me just hang out at his house sometimes. Let me just ask some questions. Let me just have some conversations. They're not gonna do that because they're like, what the fuck? I gotta learn how to respect men that I say aren't shit? Fuck no.
And see, I can't. I'm just see you talking about those type of women. Yeah. I can't say all women are like that.
Yeah, no, they're not. It's just a good majority.
I'm not saying they're all like that. I'm saying of all the thousands that are here.
Here's the thing. Do you think the difference lies in the women of the city as versus the women of the country?
No,
or whatever.
No.
They don't matter.
It's a household thing. I think
It's a household. Yeah. But I didn't seen a real man not only change his woman, but change the way her mom think, grandma think, aunties think.
That's a powerful man.
That's a powerful
ass powerful man.
It takes that. Different. So when the women say that's the type of leader they want, but you got to be ready for that type of shit. And this ain't a man talking to the moms, the grandmas, and the aunties. They just seeing how differently she moving and how her life done changed so much to where it impacted them.
They
where they looking at life to say, damn, it's some things I got to reevaluate.
Maybe that man don't even say much.
Yeah.
He just just
in his presence.
Yep.
He probably doesn't.
Yeah.
But also, let me ask you this then, Five, on that note. Because my mentality has been this as of late. I've felt that before where it's like, but how do you get to a point where it's not always about just feeling like you got to go in and be the superhero in a situation. Like because I view that kind of man as he might do that, but then he also might be like, I don't want that kind of energy in my space because I already got peace.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not allowing you to ruin my peace. Now I can help you per se, but like, you know, if this is mentally tearing me down, you know, and they'll try to say, well, you know, that's why you got to be a stronger and a real man. But
see, you going back to the toxic women, though. You got to choose your women wisely.
Don't choose
your battle. Yeah, you got to choose your battles wisely.
But I'm saying to help, like you said, to help that woman, like you said, though, I'm sure that they had to be receptive, open to it, and not draining his energy to help them.
But that's the thing. Some don't at the beginning, man. But that takes
They become
time.
that at the last minute when it's too late.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It just take years. What are you willing to Are you willing to sacrifice maybe your sanity and peace a little bit to change this woman? That's all it ties down to.
No, because sometimes it just
your
doesn't
sanity
happen.
and peace, man.
My last situation, you know, I sacrificed a lot of that thinking that I'm not going to be no quitter. I'm not going to run from this. I'm going to apply the pressure that I know to apply and get this situated. And it just never came to be because of how strong her stance was.
But was she strong when you met her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then see,
I saw the challenge. I saw the challenge immediately, but I saw myself in a different light that I no longer see myself in. I thought I was a fixer. I thought I was a healer. God didn't put me on this earth to be that. You know what I'm saying? So I accepted a unattainable challenge.
Yeah.
One of the small things I learned about with the fixer thing is that you can see in the small areas if she's willing to be that change if she's willing to at least try. Even if it's like the smallest area,
I was gonna say.
if she's willing to, like, man, I'm trying, and you see her now changing, like, just a small area.
Small steps lead to big steps.
Consistency of the change matter?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that you know she's really doing it. I'm just saying it because you got a lot of people who wants to try, but they don't know how to change that thing what's inside of them to get to the version that you want. But they're trying their best. They're trying to shed things.
And some things are hard to shed, Ryder, because
you don't know where it starts.
Strongholds, soul ties. We get into relationships, we still have soul ties from people we fucked with 10 years, 15 years ago.
We got soul ties that ain't even our soul ties.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Heredity.
So
passed down.
So it's hard. It's hard to break that. And I say sanity. It ties to what Kay was saying. If you see a woman is trying, she's trying. Sometimes it gives wear and tear. And I'm not saying that man is perfect, because he can't be perfect. It's shit that he's putting her through that he don't know either. That she's sacrificing her sanity and stuff. It may be taking out the trash. It may be he talked too much. It may be this and that. So it's fair exchange, no robbery type shit. But what I'm saying is, to test what Kay's saying, if you see her putting forth that effort and all that, you might have moments where you wreck your brain because she's drawing back. She done took 10 steps back. But if she's willing to try to take 100 steps forward to better herself and see the generational curses and stronghold, then you got a winner on your hand.
That's
you got a lot of them that's not willing
different,
to.
though.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, would you rather fight? Would you rather fight your spiritual battle with that person, that shaman, or somebody who's willing to fight side by side with you and say, I don't know how to hold this gun, but just show me with a point and I'm gonna
pull the trigger though.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the trigger.
It's like, fuck, like that.
Yeah.
But let's get you situated.
Let's get you there. Let's get the mechanics down.
Let's get you situated quickly.
And you
But I
know,
think that's a
you know
general
what that
human
does.
thing.
My bad. You know what that does. Sometimes it'll make you draw back, be like, damn, maybe my strategy for showing you how to do this could be wrong.
Yeah.
And it will help you check yourself when you got somebody that's willing to try
Yeah.
in a way,
Hell yeah.
because
Yeah.
sometimes you find out we the problem.
Yeah.
For me, you
In
got
some cases.
Yeah, that
on
part.
some,
For me,
Yeah.
that trying got to be consistent, though. You got to
Yeah.
at least consistently show me that you're trying for me to just be like, all right, I'll bend. You know what I'm saying? Just to see if we can navigate somewhere a little differently. But it's just that I'm going to do it for like 2 days and then fuck it. I'm right back to the shit.
Well, I think trying is all really. If I bet you if you did a general consensus of men in general, that would probably be enough, because trying alone is like, all right, like it's like you seeing a person constantly riding without the training wheels and falling over and falling over, and it's like, man, you think they would have been hurt by now, but they really still getting back up.
Getting back up.
All right, cool.
Ladies,
I'm
yo,
in
oh,
this
You're gonna have to help that person up, but eventually, without you even telling them to go outside and practice, you're gonna hear that bike falling
Exactly.
outside. You like, what the fuck? They're out there attempting on their own.
But when you see somebody doing that, you naturally are drawn to want to help them because you see them trying to help themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I know all about that. Let me get over there and see if I could, you know what I'm saying, give a gem or two so they can figure
There's
it
a
out.
lot of great women out there like that, man.
I agree.
Yeah, y'all
I believe it.
Y'all better get them before I marry them all. So with that being said, let's give some quick advice.
All right,
I'm not selfish. y'all playing. I'm not playing. When I'm coming. Give some advice to the ladies so they won't be that, and to the fellas to stay away from that.
Share with me.
I got you.
Nah,
Communication. Transparency.
Is this
Fuck
for the
that.
fellas or the women?
Everybody.
Both. Okay.
Transparency.
Okay.
Don't be ashamed of who you are. Even if you still learning who you are, don't be ashamed of that. Step up to the scenario and go, hey, this is me. X, Y, and Z, A, B, C. I'm still working on this. I'm still working on that. But I figure I'm so interested in you. I wanted to let you know these things.
Yeah.
And we could further discuss it if you'd like to at a later point or whatever. But I'm just me and you. I'm about to unpack it all. It may be a lot, but I'm going to give you a provision that I'm about to do it. And I'm going to do it, and we gonna move how we move after that. Sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's just like, well, I just unpacked a lot of that. I won't say for nothing because it could still be therapeutic or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, all right, well, on to the next one. But I know for me, I'm just gonna be transparent. Like, hey, this is how I feel. This is how I would like to feel. Tell me how you feel.
Say, Queen, one of the greatest things that we can do is leave the world greater than we left it.
Come on.
One of the only ways that we can do that is by leaving behind something that's going to outlive us.
Man.
One thing that outlive us is children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Children are our legacy.
Man.
Our legacy is tied to what we are individually. Individually, we are individuals. We should be strong, but raising this baby is going to take two to make. And we're going to need each other on this journey. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go together. One of the greatest proverbs. So we want to go far in this, and we want to leave a legacy behind. We want to make the world a greater place by raising our children right together.
Yeah.
Together.
That part. Go ahead, T.
It's a lot I could say, so I'm gonna just leave it with this because I don't speak from a place of self-righteousness when I talk about these things. I'm mentioning things that I've been through as well too. Ain't had no kids, but I will say what I want to leave them with is everybody, not just the women, but everybody, become self-aware. Self-aware to the point where like I get told that I overthink a lot, but I also like reflect upon self a lot. So something like this to be posted, when I look at it, it makes me think of a person who was probably going at it because it was fresh in her mind and she felt the passion behind it because she wanted to give the world a piece of her mind. But the thing is, this is like something that belongs.
She just got done arguing.
This is something that belongs in a journal or a diary. Because when I talk about self-awareness, you go back and you read and you look at things that you wrote in the past. Like I've looked at Facebook posts that I posted 10 years ago, man, and I can say I was in a fucked up mind space.
Yeah.
I can look at times when I put stuff out. So I'm saying that to be transparent, you know, so that people don't think that this is another one of them things where we're just coming down on our women. I'm just saying, like, I want better for her. But when I say, like, I don't know how to fix this or how we even work with
want her
this,
to want better for
I
herself.
want her,
Yeah.
like,
Genuinely.
I would love to see nothing but our sisters who are the most hurt get that complete
loved on
turnaround
the most.
and you see like them turn into another version that you never thought possible. Like even the ones I see online talking the utmost shit about dudes, because I'm just like, damn, you know what?
I gotta ask you, why do you follow these broads, man?
Nah, bro, this came up.
Nah, T. Nah. You said it's some
He
girls
said like
you
10
Yeah.
girls that he know then reposted that.
reposted that and liked it.
You'd be surprised how many people I've unfriended and unfollowed.
Yeah,
but I'm saying like this is one of them times when it came
That's
up.
your algorithm. That's your
Yeah,
algorithm.
that's your algorithm.
And I couldn't believe like what I was seeing.
That's your algorithm, though, man.
Start looking at different shit, T.
So what I'm supposed to do? Just
Look at
like
different
look
no. But I'm saying
Look
how
at
do you,
positive shit, man.
No, I do, and this shit still comes up. You know how you go on there and it says not interested.
That's why
or don't
that's why I'm
recommend
on
this
social
channel.
media. We don't control our algorithm no more.
Nah, for sure.
I swear all the time. Don't show me posts like this anymore. Not interested.
As soon as I get
don't
on my phone,
recommend
they're gonna
channel.
show me 10 females that ain't about shit.
The shit still comes up, man.
Be like, damn, it's prayer time. I'm seeing some clapping going on. And shit.
Yeah, see? That's why you gotta fast from that shit, man. That shit is
time.
propaganda. It's
man.
news. Social media is the new news, man. And if
Man.
you want to thrive in life, man, you gotta stay away from news because it's nothing beneficial to your soul and your spirit. Now, for me, I'm gonna just say to the fellas and the ladies, make sure when y'all have children, do not have it for yourself. Have it because God has blessed you to bring this child into this world, and because y'all both mutually want to have this child. Stop bringing kids into single parent homes. Single parent homes have created gang members, killers, rapists, terrorists, all these different things. Stop doing that shit. Start making children out of love. And before y'all get to the child making, the baby making, become friends, man.
Please. Be
Become
my friend. Friend zone me.
Get to know who you're getting ready to have these not only soul ties with, because what's scary and deeper than soul ties is a life you're bringing into this world to carry on your legacy. Because that post, her kids 15, 20 years down the line is going to be able to see that shit. That your post went viral, and when this child is now asking, where my dad at? Why my dad ain't in my life? You're going to be looking stupid, can't answer the question. Your post is going to tell them everything that they need to know on why their dad stopped fucking with you and stopped being with you.
They done already seen it because I'm sure
And it's already
in that
viral, so
circle.
she can't get rid of it.
Yeah, can't get rid of it.
It's somebody in that circle that done been like, that don't like them, that has a kid they age and be like, look at what your friend mama posted.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Family, start holding your loved ones accountable, especially if you care for their salvation. We done got so much away from heaven and hell. People don't believe in those things no more. Y'all better start, because when that wrath come down, you got to answer to one person. You can't answer to Satan. You got to answer to one person. And he's going to ask you, going to pull up that post, and you can't get the stuttering and dot. You're going to go someplace where you're going to have to deal with that shit for eternity. So, man, the spiritual realm of just everything, man, women, please find God. Fellas, find God. Get to know him. If you don't, just talk to him. Talk to him how you made that post, sweetheart. Talk to him. And then after that,
Exactly like that if you need to.
Exactly. He wants that, and he's listening. But you got to be ready to do the action that requires change in your life after you talk to him, because he's going to open up doors for you to change, but you got to be wanting to change. He can lead you to the water, but he ain't going to drown you to drink that shit. That's facts. So shout out to all the sponsors.
Yay.
We want you to win, sisters.
Yeah, we want y'all to win. Fellas, too.
know,
we want
everybody to
We
win.
don't talk about
us
these topics to
win.
to do
We want
with.
us to win. We want the culture
Us
to
to
win.
win.
Yeah, shout out to the Legato Collection, G. Lou, Rob Naylor, Risque, Creative Educare, man, Legato Collection. Everybody, man. Shout out to Rider for Life. Shout out to Sir, Mac King, Mac Millie, Smart Psychology. You know what I'm saying? Trouble T Mills in the building. Kendon the Don, man. We on. Y'all keep it locked, man.
Don't bring no more of this triggered stuff to this table,
I'm gonna stay
man.
bringing that. We gotta
Ridiculous.
fix. We gotta fix this. We gotta fix this, man.
Cleaning
We
up
love
some
y'all. We out like this.
We